What up? What up? Thank God it's Friday, TGIF. Welcome to yet another episode of the Ropp Report. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. Welcome. If you're a Carolina Panthers fan, this is the channel for you. And if you love NFL content, well, this is definitely the channel for you. So make sure you tune in every week. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment. It goes a long way. Feel free to get in the comment section as we go throughout today's episode. And yeah, welcome to the Ropp Report. My name is Clay Ropp, and I am the host here. And appreciate you tuning in. So hope everyone's having a great start to their Friday. It's 2:00 in the afternoon here where I live. So I don't know if you're watching on the West Coast or Mountain Time, Central Time. But welcome. We got a lot to talk about. Is David Tepper going to take a backseat, Panthers fans? Do we think that this man is finally going to – is his meddling ways over with? Going to talk about some takeaways from the Dan Morgan and Canales press conference yesterday, which we were live for. So if you missed out, that's on you. Too bad, so sad. But, you know, we're going to go over it, and we got more to talk about. We're going to talk about Ejiro Evero possibly staying. I know it says that there's been breaking news that apparently he is staying, but we shall see. And we're going to talk more about that. We're going to talk about Dan Morgan wanting more dogs here, and we're going to talk about the Canales Chronicles, the blueprint that he has for Bryce Young, and more. So make sure you can stick around, get in the comment section like Marco's is, and I appreciate everyone joining. All right, let's get right into it here and now. Right here and now. Let's get my screen pulled up, and here we go. So you saw the thumbnail. I'll get out the way. Let's see if he does, because obviously they made, getting Dan Morgan and Canales here, guys, now is taking center stage. The atmosphere for this team now seems electric. David Tepper seemed to be in good spirits, but it seemed to have orchestrated a script where he played the supporting role instead of the lead role, right? And I think Joe Parsons it was that asked him, so are you going to be like on the forefront or something like that? And basically David Tepper looked at him, gave him a smirk. Apparently it was just like in the background. So what does that even mean? Like, does that mean that David Tepper has finally realized that he's done with his meddling ways? What exactly does that mean? I know that Morgan Canales charmed the audience. I think Tepper's decision to be the puppet master pulling strings from afar was really a plot twist for everyone, and that didn't really see it coming. I think the live stream captured a 40-minute saga of alignment, culture, promises for the Panthers football. But the real MVP moment unfolded off stage, right? So basically, from my understanding, the era of smartphones and reporters, who are eager for that scoop, right? And Tepper's retreat stole the spotlight, right? For years, fans and others have pleaded with Tepper to take a step back, urging him to just let the football guys do the football things, right? Now it seems like this elusive owner has finally embraced the art of maybe chill. Like maybe he's going to take a step back. And it's a move that might be the best plot development for Panthers Nation, guys. I mean, if you paint the picture here, or the pivotal scene, not broadcast on Tepper's state-of-the-art tech, was a candid moment that hinted possibly a potential shift. But for someone like me who knows what's going on and is known and for what David Tepper is known for, is firing coaches, challenging fans, engaging in weekly meetings with head coaches, and this newfound of disposition is akin to a plot twist with all the gripping drama that has happened in the past. I think that Tepper's decision to fade into the background could be basically the most superhero move that this franchise needs. And the best way for him to contribute might just be through his deep pockets, signing those colossal checks, letting the football guys do the football things, and if it's a big if, I think it's a big if, right? But Tepper maintains his newfound, I guess you could call zen, whatever you want to call it. The energy from the press conference might just echo through the stands and more crucially on the field. So has David Tepper cracked the code? Is this the beginning of an era where Tepper's wealth is the secret weapon and not his Midas touch? I think when it comes down to all of this, guys, time will tell. Time will tell. But in this script of all of these things, will it lead to the Panthers, though, back to success? As long as David Tepper continues to play it cool as he is right now, we might see some change. We might see some change. That's all I'm going to say. Or he's trying to trick the media. Could be. He most definitely could be. Personally, not convinced yet. Tepper had snitches under Wright's watch, and we didn't even know it until just a few months ago. Yeah, JP, I'm not convinced either. I like to hear what I'm hearing, but I don't know if it's particularly true yet. I don't know if it's true yet. And I don't know if we'll never, ever know if it's true. I don't know if we'll ever get any of that news like the one where people were snitches, the Hunger Games, all of that, right? I don't know if we'll ever get that kind of news again. I mean, Joe Parsons is a man on a mission every time he steps into, seems like, that organization. And then he comes out with these articles and, us fans love him. And as a content creator, I love him too. It gives me a broad ideas for content. But hopefully what we were speaking upon here can come into fruition to where we don't have to deal with the David Tepper bullshit. Right? What up, Vietnam? Appreciate you joining. Marcos Cash, what up, Fayette? Says, what's up, Fayette? I think Tepper finally has learned learned to let the people he pays do their job. Hopefully so, Vietnam. Hopefully so. Hopefully so. I want to know who's the new mile. The coaches that kept, maybe. The new mile. Who's the new mile? Not sure what that question is. White chocolate espresso. Who's the new mile? The coaches they kept, maybe. I'm not really sure. Not sure what you mean by that. White chocolate, my bad. Right, Clay, it's nice to hear at the end of the day. I'm hoping that this new leaf for Tepper, though. Yes, hopefully so. So is Campen's career over? What coaches wants that? White chocolate espresso, I can't tell you if his career is over or not. James Campen is still highly rated as one of the best offensive line coaches in the NFL. Who's the new mole? Okay. Will he get a job somewhere else? You're all good, man. I was just like, I could Mile. Who's the new Mile? White Chocolate Espresso. I don't know. But he's highly rated. He's highly rated throughout the NFL still. So we'll see. We'll see if he does. I mean, who knows? He might go to the Jets because of Aaron Rodgers. I could see that happening. They also have a terrible offensive line, so they probably could use the help. But again, that's the only place I could see him going, White Chocolate, because he has a relationship with Aaron Rodgers. And maybe he goes to the Jets. That's the only place I could see him going. Or back to Green Bay, or back to Houston. One of those three teams, maybe they take him. Who knows? Or maybe he goes to Tennessee where Brian Callahan is. I could see those are probably the teams that I know of that I could see him going to. Panthers' new dynamic duo. You like that? Batman and Robin right there. Panthers' new dynamic duo. It's a spectacle of basically in a spectacle of synergy and sass. We obviously introduced the new dream team, right? President of Football Operations Dan Morgan, coach Dave Canales. Alignment. Let's talk about the alignment. So these are the takeaways that I basically took from the press conference, okay? What I'm about to explain to you here is the takeaways that I took from the press conference. So let's talk about the alignment that they were so constantly talking about. And that is, we know that they need alignment because we're a hot mess. We've been a hot mess. And that's not a strategy, right? We need to move over that chaos and move on with it. Because Morgan, Canales, they're now the ones who are running this sinking ship. I mean, it's a sinking ship still right now. They're just trying to figure out how to get everybody off the boat. And, to safety and all that, right? Just putting that analogy out there. And around this whole thing of alignment, right? The whole concept of alignment, they want everyone on the same playbook, on the same business side of things, on the same football side of things. Yeah, hell, even the janitors, they want them on the same side of things. Like, it's not just a mantra. It is a lifestyle in the NFL. Everybody has to align. That 2023 it was so messy. You got to synchronize together. And hopefully they can to this bright future that they were speaking about in the press conference, right? Another thing is Canales. Everybody knows him, talks about how he is a Colby Griffin, what's up? Appreciate you joining the live stream. What's the first position we should replace, Clay? It just depends, man. I mean, we obviously need to build the trenches up. And if it's me, you either go left guard or right guard. I think that you got to replace the trenches first. I think you got to give Bryce more time to get the ball out. I think that, yes, your skill players are important. Wide receiver separation is important. But if your quarterback can't stand back there enough to get a throw off, how can you get it to the wide receivers? I think that I'm a big trenches guy. So if I'm building within the trenches, I'm building up both of the guard positions, the left guard and the right guard, and then move on to the skill positions later. So that's what I would do. So this whole dynamic duo, we talked about the alignment, right? Let's talk about Canales. We all know he's the love guru for quarterbacks, basically, okay? Canales isn't just a coach. He's that quarterback whisperer we all have heard about, right, with Geno Smith, Baker Mayfield, Russell Wilson, right? We all know that Bryce Young is the guy here, right now, or he is for now. So with more attention to detail than a detective on a crime scene, Canales aims to mold Young, hopefully into this franchise golden boy, right? Hopefully he can mold him into that golden boy like over there in Houston, right? That he always gets compared to. So hopefully they can feel the love tonight like Lion King, right? I mean, Canales sure can do it, I think. I mean, I feel like he could do it based off of what the analytics say, based off of his track record, his resume, the stats of each and every quarterback that he's worked on. And hopefully we could be singing his praise from the rooftops, right? But we shall see. Again, I like the hire, but I need to make this clear with you guys. There's a lot of uncertainty here. My expectations are low, and I'm keeping them that low until proven otherwise. Okay? All right. Same. Great take on the lineman. Come see us on the free for all tonight. Colby, I might drop in. I might drop by. It's been a while. I think the QB whisper part is prematurely overblown, honestly. Well, JP, I will tell you to do this. Do your research and go look at the seasons that he was running under Russell Wilson, Geno, and Baker Mayfield. And just go look. Just do me a favor and go look. And then let me know how you feel afterwards, okay? That's all I got to say. Not going to say anything else. I just felt a little bit more positive about it after I read the stats off. I mean, he was able to get Russell Wilson to be a 2, 3-time, 4-time Pro Bowler. He got Baker Mayfield this past year to a Pro Bowl. He also got Geno Smith, researched his career, and got him to a Pro Bowl. I'm just saying. I'm not saying that I wouldn't say it's prematurely because on his resume and the numbers and the stats don't lie. So all I'm saying is just go look, and I promise you, let me know how you feel afterwards. That's all I got to say. Clowney, Floyd, market value together would be cheaper than Burns' value. Both of them more sacks. Maybe find a way to trade Burns and get them while developing your younger. So White Chocolate Espresso, there's an article out there. If you want to go check it out, I can add the link to it. The Baltimore Ravens are hammering on our doorstep right now to get Brian Burns. They've already sent an offer over. They're trying to send us David Ojabo, their defensive end. I don't think he's an outside linebacker. I think he's a defensive end. I think he's a right end, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, he could probably play outside linebacker. But they're trying to offer us a first-round pick, him, David Ojabo, and a third-round pick next season. So the 2025, third-round pick 2025. Yeah, I'll send the link. I got to find it for you. Ravens trade for Brian Burns. I think I had it in. Yeah, I was talking about it yesterday on my show. Here's the link right here, guys. If you want to check the article out, it's right here. So go check it out. That's the link right there, my friend. I do my research, guys, when I come on here. I don't bullshit what I talk about. Damn, I hope they trade Burns. That would save us a lot of money. Yeah. I also went over how we could save us some money in the cap space yesterday as well. So if you missed that on yesterday's live stream, Rock Jones, I feel the same way. I'd rather make it a third-round pick this year too, but if not, you still get a first-round pick out of it. And then, honestly, what I would do with that first-round pick, because it's going to be a late first-round pick, I would trade back and get like 2 extra second-round picks. That's what I would do. That's just me. That's just my mindset. I'd trade that late first-round pick for 2. I mean, essentially, you have 2 first-round picks in the second round with both of those. But essentially, if I can get more draft capital, which was what we need, I would do it. That's just me. That's my mindset. Like, it is what it is. Anyways, let's get back to the dynamic duo here. So we talked about Canales. We talked about the alignment thing. So another takeaway I took from this was that apparently, guys, the size matter. Like, size matters, right? But so does that strategy, right? Right? Because Canales kind of spilled the beans on the coaching shorter quarterbacks ordeal. It's like a secret society. And he won't spill all the tea because he doesn't want everybody to know his game plan for Bryce. And if you thought Drew Brees was just a vertical challenge, then think again, because Canales promises that he's got tricks up his sleeve to help Young and to be able to see over linemen. How he plans to do that, I don't know. We shall see. Jobo's the guy who tore his ACL or something running the 40. No, he tore his Achilles. Yeah, and he was projected to be first that year. But then he's been fine. So, I mean, I would take it. I would take it. I think it would take it. I think we get a second and a fourth for Burns. I still think that you could get a late round pick. I've seen where Kansas City might offer us 2 first round picks for them. Basically, their first round pick this year and their first round pick next year. Now, I don't know if I want that, because with Kansas City offering that up, 2 first round picks this year, or 1 first round pick this year and 1 first round pick the next. I just don't know. I mean, that means we would have 2 first round picks next year. I just don't know if I would take that. Yeah, but he tore. So White Chocolate Espresso, he tore his Achilles, not his ACL. And yeah, he was supposed to be a first that year, but he's actually came back nicely. He's done very well for the Ravens. I don't know. I think it's not a bad deal. I just wish that the 3rd round pick was for 2024. All right, another takeaway. Apparently, Canales has convinced Evero to stay here. Canales is reimagining that coaching staff, but Evero is staying put in that defensive realm. Wyfix was not broken, right? I think Canales gushes about Evero's defensive wizardry, what he's been able to do with this team, creating suspense worthy of a blockbuster movie, because we all been worried about it. I know we've all been thinking about it. Is Evero going to stay with the Carolina Panthers? So will Evero stay or seek a new adventure? We shall see, even though there has been rumors and news saying that it says in the breaking news, most of the breaking news I've seen says possibly staying. I don't know. No first round pick, no problem. Dan Morgan had his poker face when he said that, because who needs a first round pick anyways? I mean, that's kind of basically what he said. Like, not the Panthers. Oh no. I think Morgan's got a plan, and it doesn't involve waving the white flag because they lack a top tier selection, right? They have the number 1 pick in the 2nd round. Okay. The Panthers are ready to dance with the stars and hopefully proving you don't need a first rounder to win the draft, but we shall see. Canales, the Twitter's newest drama king, the social media maven, right? He invites fans into a roller coaster relationship. Hold him accountable, challenge accepted, he says, basically. I mean, Canales wants fans to be the football police, scrutinizing every move. It's a social media showdown, and Canales is ready for the critics, the memes, the occasional mic drop moment. That's what he seems to be all about. So he's going to be active on Twitter. So you better go add that man. I've already followed him. I've already actually asked him to come on the show. Not going to lie. Whether he does or not, I will be surprised. If he does, I will shit my pants. Tepper's timeout, though. This is the last takeaway I took from this whole thing. It's about the same thing that we were just talking about earlier, basically. So is he still the pupper master? Again, we shall see. Is it a power move or a strategic retreat? Again, we shall see. That's all I'm going to say about Tepper's timeout, but I already mentioned that earlier in today's show. So, guys, I appreciate everyone joining the live stream. Make sure you pound the like button, subscribe to the channel. If you haven't already, Make sure you click that push notification bell so you don't miss out on new content. Get in the comment section. We already got people in there. We got White Chocolate Special, Rock Jones, Vietnam, JP, Colby, Marcos, Panther Raider X. So feel free to hop in and voice your opinion. I've had the man followed since the day the news came out about us planning to hire him. Nice, as you should. As you should. So the dog days. Dan Morgan's resurgent. The dog days. Right? Dan Morgan, of course, yesterday, they have their introductory press conference. He basically said that he's not just on a mission to reshape this roster, but he's setting out to reclaim a legacy. As he took stage alongside Dave Canales yesterday, Morgan made it clear that this wasn't just about finding players. It was about rediscovering the essence of the Carolina Panthers keep pounding culture, basically. And he's quoted saying, first of all, we need to find those leaders, those competitors. As Jay Stu would say, those dogs. And that's what Morgan proclaimed in yesterday's press conference. He was emphasizing that it wasn't just on talent, but it was on a passion, grit, right? Unwavering love of the game. The Panthers need competitors. They need that killer instinct, right? Basically, dogs, right? Have you ever seen the Coastal Carolina coach? You ever seen the Coastal Carolina coach? We need more dogs. My alma mater. Y'all ever seen this video? Oh my God. This is too fun. Y'all ever seen this? I'm about to show y'all this. This is from my alma mater. We need more dogs.
Trying to get our two boys ready to carry them to the golf tournament before practice, right? 12 cats live across the road. Our door's open. Screen's broke. We need to get a new screen door, but the screen's broke. So you can come in through the screen, but you can't get back out of it. I turn and look, there's a little kitty cat in our kitchen. So I said, what are you doing in here, little kitty cat? By that time, the cat turns, tries to get back out. That screen won't go that way. Cat starts going, meow, all crazy. And I told our players, we need more dogs. Bo's barking in the back. I have to go shut Bo up. Mel's like, what's going on? I said, there's a cat in the house. Cat in the house? I said, yeah, there's a cat in the house. So I told our players, I tried to let it out the front door. Meow, meow, the cat's still going crazy in there. And I told our players, you need to be more like a dog. We don't need a bunch of cats in here. Looking in the mirror. Do I look good? I got my extra bands on. I got my other shoes on. Be a dog. We don't need no meows. We don't need no cats. We need more dogs.
We need more dogs. Oh, man. So that's basically what Dan Morgan was getting at. That's basically what Dan Morgan was getting at, man. Oh, man. We need more dogs. You know what I mean? That's my old coach from my alma mater. That's the guy that coached Josh Norman and Mike Tolbert, by the way, just so you know. That's the guy that coached Josh Norman and Mike Tolbert. Just so you know. Yeah, I mean, I hope that quote's going to be is a historic one. I hope it's a historic one. This is Dan Morgan right here. I'm more excited about Brant Tillis hiring. Yeah, me too. I think Black Fry, he's gonna be a good hire. I think he's gonna be a very good hire. Definitely he can be a guy that can maneuver the cap. Definitely that analytics guy to Dan Morgan. Like I said, the Batman Robin ordeal. I think Canales and him are more like Batman and Robin. I would say maybe Brant Tillis is like more like not Superman, but maybe like the Martian Man, something like that, from the Justice League, more the guy with the brains. Yeah, you like that, JP? Marcos, you never seen that before? Oh, man. This is literally Dan Morgan. Yeah. CCU ain't never been the same since he left. I mean, they got better. I can't say that they haven't been the same, Rock. I mean, since he left, I mean, they've been a lot better. And they built a bigger stadium and all that. But I do miss him as a coach. He was a great coach. I can't say nothing but good things about him. Legendary sound clip. We need more dogs. Exactly. We need more guys like eyes like Morgan. Dude looks like a killer. I mean, Dan Morgan also looks like a guy that like would snort an 8-ball and his eyes be about this big around, you know? I'm just saying. But another thing is that besides all the jokes and the, you know, and the things I'm saying, just joking wise. But seriously though, like Morgan's vision definitely transcends into the stats, standings, right? It was about reviving the fear into the opponents once they seen that Panthers logo, right? He spoke of bringing back that excitement to Bank of America Stadium, where fans would eagerly anticipate the arrival of a team that played with heart and tenacity, right? Way he used to play back in the day, right? So the urgency really was to restore the Panthers' pride, especially after a season like we had this past season, right? 2-15. No one fears a team that went 2-15 this past year. But in a sit-down interview, the Panthers play-by-play man Anish Sharaff, Morgan hinted at the possibility of swift change, drawing parallels to his own journey from a 15-loss group to an NFC champions, between 2001 and 2003. And he believes in that transformative power, dedication, resilience. Another thing is that Morgan deviled into his opening press conference. He didn't just talk about rebuilding a team, but it's about the whole cultural revival, right? The Panthers want to become more than just a football franchise. They want to embody a family environment. This sentiment, to me, nods to cherish that keep pounding tradition, right? Was a resurgence to the fans worried about it's the emphasis under Matt Rule, because Matt Rule, I think, was definitely a culture killer, in my opinion, hiring him. But Morgan, steeped into Panthers history from his playing days from 2001 to 2007, he understands that the importance of a hard-nosed football culture. He emphasized the need for playmakers with the instincts and the tenacity like legends of Thomas Davis and Luke Kuechly, right? So the Panthers, he argued, needed to return to the roots of a physical, tough brand of football, which was what we defined our success around as an organization. So the architect of this whole cultural revival was Morgan pledged patience and careful evaluation, basically. So his camaraderie with Canales, the addition of Brent Tillis as the executive vice president of operations for the Kansas City, underscored his commitment to building a family environment with one clear objective, and that is to lead that keep pounding legacy. So in the aftermath of Morgan's impassioned declarations, emerged a broad narrative, a restoration intent that could revigorate the Carolina Panthers, the new front office leader on a quest to get back to those old standards, reclaim that proud culture, pave the way for a potential brighter future. Obviously, Morgan and Canales share the same vision here, which is great because I don't think we've had a GM and a head coach that actually align together. I don't think Scott Fitter aligned well with Frank Wright. I don't think Scott Fitter aligned well with Matt Rule. But this is a rare unity that we haven't seen in Carolina for some time. And we need to acknowledge that becoming contenders in this league again would take perseverance, lots of patience, okay? Lots of patience, because some of y'all I saw a lot of people commenting in that press conference chat saying, "Oh, we're going to win go to the playoffs. We'll win the division next year." Slow your roll. I think we'll be lucky to win 4 or 5 games next season. Okay, and that will be an upgrade compared to last season. I'm going to say the probably depending next season. I would say our peak is 6 wins. Our low is 4. All right. So it's going to take time. This is a full rebuild. Once you go in full rebuild mode, that's it. You're going to have 1 or 2 seasons where it's a little bit rocky. All right. But let's back to Dan Morgan though. Morgan's roots is in that keep pounding mantra. Right? Instilled by his position coach, Sam Mills. That is what fueled his desire to bring back a never say die attitude. And that's what he's aiming to restore here again for the Panthers. That's what's going to define who the Carolina Panthers are, and hopefully so. These are traits that has been keen to see revived other modern eras. I think Morgan's message was clear. I think the expectations were realistic. He even recognition that Rome wasn't built in a day. And we all know that. There's a lot of work ahead here. And the Panthers cannot afford any passengers on this on this critical journey. Those not aboard with the program should swiftly just move on. If you're not willing to be, because this fan base, some of y'all are delusional. Yes, you've waited a long time for this team to be legitimately proud of. But you have to give it time. All right? That is why you have to have patience. Y'all, some of y'all, to me, just sometimes I feel like the comments I see, some of these content creators I watch, some of the content creators I'm friends with, or at least I consider them my friends. And I never talk bad about any of the other content creators, but some of these other content creators are just a little bit too negative. And some of y'all are a little bit too delusional. That's fans and content creators. But there is some positivity to think about here. It's a new era. And it's time to have patience, because some of y'all, I feel like, have about the same amount of patience as David Tepper does. And that's all I got to say about that. But I thought it was a great press conference yesterday. And I think there's a lot to look forward to, but a lot of unknown. And again, I told you I'm going to keep my expectations low, but I do feel pretty good. I still feel pretty good about everything. Super Bowl here. Yeah. If we can stay healthy, we might coach lightning into a bottle. We might. Good afternoon, Cyburn. Appreciate you joining. Have to be patient. Yes. And have correct expectations. Yeah. And that's like what I said, man. We just need more dogs, just like Coach Bennett said from Coastal. We need more dogs. Not no cats. No more meows. No more meows. Got Bo outside barking. So the Canales Chronicles. So let's talk about this real quick. So with this introductory press conference, Canales seemed to waste no time acknowledging the weight of the task at hand with this team. He admitted to a touch of nerves, swiftly just turning them into fuel for fire. And in a league where coaching the Panthers has often been a turbulent journey. We all know Canales chose not to shy away from this. Okay? He quotes saying, can I say I'm nervous? Is that all right? This is a big task. This is serious for me. I don't take that lightly. I'm fired up about it. I love a great challenge. Basically, he declared in that quote there that setting the tone for a head coach ready to embrace the adversity and turn it into triumph. Okay. I mean, that's the one thing I took away from it. Now, another thing I took away from it is how much belief he has in Bryce Young. Now, I know some of you in this chat and who watch me aren't, but he's got belief in Bryce. Whether that's true or not, or whether he's just saying that to say it, that's neither here nor there. I've seen people say that he's just saying that to say that. I doubt it. He's a SoCal boy. It makes sense, right? And so is Bryce Young. Bryce Young's also Latino descent. So is Canales. So there is already the collaboration, right? We all know Bryce Young's rookie season was about as turbulent on a flight through a storm. Okay. And you just got sick on the plane, right? Also has to admit to excessive alcohol and addicted to porn at a time. Yep, that's my coach. I mean, Rock, it's obviously it made him a different man though. Everybody as a man goes through something. Whether it's something like this, alcohol, addicted to porn at a time in his life, yeah, that's my coach. I get it. But everybody goes through something in their life and comes out of the other side of it better, right? Comes out of it better. We have to keep, you can't just bash somebody based off of what they went through. Don't bash them, just be accept them and then be willing to see the positive that they've come out of it, right? But his belief in Bryce Young, which we know Canales is known for developing quarterbacks. Obviously, he expressed this underwaving confidence in Young's potential, basically reflecting on his evaluations from the previous year. Canales painted this vivid picture of a resilient, talented player. Canales remarked that revealing a deep belief in Young's ability to lead the team. Now, this statement is not only instills hope in Young's potential, but showcases Canales' commitment to nurturing and refining talent. Right? I hope the players are already on this team step up this year. Me too. Props to him for writing that book and liked his honesty. Absolutely. Absolutely. Guys, make sure you pound that like button as you're on your way in. There is 20 people watching, only 11 likes. So I would greatly appreciate if we could get up to 20 likes. It helps out a lot. So greatly appreciate it. So another thing out of all this Chronicles thing, he was asked about Ejiro Evero. Now, there is a challenge here that's been going throughout the season between the whole coaching cycle, right? The biggest thing was that they didn't hire Evero, right? Would they be able to keep him? Okay. The defensive coordinator has emerged of the beacon of success defensively, right? Despite injuries, offensive struggles, Evero still had a resilient defensive unit. And he did that even with some practice squad players. Let's not forget that. And he is one of the most respected defensive coordinators across the league. And there's obviously been a lot of speculation surrounding Evero, all right? And his defensive paralysis, right? Canales affirmed his desire to keep him. His passion endorsement hinted a continuity there. So presenting the fans with the prospect of a steadfast defensive foundation under Evero's guidance again. Whether that's the case or not, we'll dive more into that later. Now, another thing, let's bring this up. So the Canales blueprint. Carl Weathers, RIP. DJ the Kid comes in and says, Carl Weathers, RIP. That's awful, man. Man, that stinks. Man, Chubbs died, man. Chubbs from Happy Gilmore. That stinks. Now I'm going to have to go watch Rocky 1, Happy Gilmore. What else was he in? Mandalorian. I'm going to have to go watch them all now because of Carl Weathers passing away. I'm going to have to go watch them all. I like Carl Weathers a lot. All right, guys. So I appreciate everyone joining the live stream. Make sure you pound the like button. Let's get into the Canales blueprint here. Oh, man, that looks yummy. I just saw something really yummy on here. So there's this renewed vision, right? That now is taking center stage, right? The dynamic relationship between new head coach Dave Canales, Action Jackson, I love it. The relationship between new head coach Dave Canales, the face of the franchise, I guess you could say Bryce Young, if you want to call him the face of the franchise. To me, the face of the franchise is Derek Brown, but that's neither here nor there. The introductory press conference not only renewed Canales' infectious optimism, right? Outlined by this whole blueprint that's going to focus on maximizing every player's potential, particularly Bryce Young, right? In that pass game. So alongside Canales, right? We remember Dan Morgan right there. Passionately expressed his commitment to creating a team that embraces that flexibility, ensuring every player contributes to their maximum capacity, right? Bringing back that keep pounding culture, bringing those dogs in, right? The overarching theme here, right, was clear. Canales wants to run an offense tailored to Bryce Young's strengths. Who wouldn't? Maybe Frank Wright, besides Frank Wright, I guess. But aiming for the quarterback to excel and become that undisputed leader, okay? The coach emphasized the significance of building relationships, echoing his desire to see Young evolve into the best version of himself, drawing inspiration from his experience with quarterbacks like Russell Wilson, Geno Smith, and Baker Mayfield. And Canales stressed the importance of attention to detail in evaluating every player's performance. Now, we all know that this team came off a 2-15 season. You are facing a task of not only rejuvenating a young rookie's career, but also align the team's strengths with his abilities, right? So Canales is saying that he basically has left no doubt about his belief in Bryce Young's potential, expressing his unwavering excitement about working with that first overall pick back in 2023. But here's the thing. Canales committed to mold this offense that really suits Young's skills, reflects that a broader strategy of coaching to the player's strengths, right? This approach is crucial. It's a crucial approach for a coach to literally navigate a limited roster of resources that speaks to Canales' belief in the untapping that potential of a Panthers talent. How so? Like, how are you going to do that? You need a left guard. You need a center. You need a right guard. Hell, you might need a new left tackle. You might need to move your left tackle to left guard. You need tight end. You need wide receivers. You need another running back. But he's got a plan. Maybe he's leaving that other side of things to Dan Morgan. I don't know. But yeah, Canales sees a group of skilled players capable of surpassing. He feels that he sees a group of players here that can surpass their previous record. And I appreciate his optimism. I just don't know if I believe that. But this coach, the enthusiasm he's bringing for this opportunity to work with Young, believes that he's an extraordinary talent, just radiated through his words. Now, Canales humbly acknowledged that his previous successes highlighted the fact that the uniqueness of a coaching a top pick earlier in their career. So this optimism, coupled with Canales' proven track record in developing quarterbacks, it paints this promising picture that the Panthers' offensive future. The focus is clear, though, here, guys. Unleash Bryce Young's brilliance, foster that growth, prove that the coach was the right choice for the job. The outcome to me still remains uncertain, though. It's hard not to root for a guy like Canales who exudes all this optimism, right? Awareness of his circumstances, right? And the genuine excitement for this challenge that he has ahead. I dare the Panthers fans to not have some optimism. I want y'all as fans to have some optimism. Believe in this guy. I think if we give some optimism back to our coach, we'll see the success on the field as well. You got to bring that synergy between Canales and Young if you want to. Hold your expectations, though. Doesn't mean that you can't be optimistic and still have lower expectations. It becomes then in reality you have realistic expectations. Does that make sense? Action Jackson. The face of the franchise is Bryce Young. So if you disagree with me, that's fine. Don't fill the seats. I get that. I get that Bryce Young is the face of the franchise. I know he's the face of the franchise. I'm just saying, to me, in my eyes, the face of the franchise is Derek Brown. He's the best player on the team. There's nobody even close. He's a man amongst boys when he's on the field. We should extend Burns, Chuba, and Brown. Black Fry. Burns will not get extended because you can't afford him. I'm telling you right now, guys, Brian Burns will not be a Carolina Panther here in 2024. Whether you like it or not, it's not going to happen. You cannot afford him. So people need to stop. We should do this. We should do that. Believe in this. Believe in that. It's not going to happen. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I'm going to let you know right now, Brian Burns will be in a different NFL jersey this upcoming season. Unless Brant Tillis can work his wonders like he did over there in Kansas City, extending Pat Mahomes. That's all. I just don't see Burns being here this coming season. We don't have the money. And we have other pressing needs that we're going to have to move on from Burns to get those other pressing needs. We also have to think about extending Luvu. You also have to then about next season. Next season you have to think about extending Brown. I mean, you just can't afford Burns. You're going to have to extend Luvu this season, and then you have to extend Brown next season. Because you can't extend Luvu and Burns this season. It's just not going to happen. We don't have the cap space. I really don't believe we are as bad as everyone thinks we are. I think it's 50-50 on that statement, Rock. I really do. I think it's 50-50 on it. I think we'll find out this upcoming season where we really stand as a team and where we are at with this rebuild. I really do. Keep it real, Ant. Facts. Appreciate that, real Ant. Rock Jones says they will restructure a few contracts, create more cap space. I went over the cap space yesterday. You need to restructure Von Bell and you need to restructure Taylor Moton. Those are the two contracts you need to restructure. You need to trade Adam Thielen because it's going to open up the cap space. Trade him for whatever you could get, right? And then if you cut ties with Dante Jackson and Ian Thomas, the total amount of money that you'll save in cap space is over $30 million. Those 5 things, let alone, you will be able to 33, but I think it's over $30 million between those 5 players. If you restructure those 2 contracts, you trade Thielen and you cut ties with Dante Jackson and Ian Thomas. And you barely eat any dead cap. That's the only way. And with $30 million, I'm pretty sure you could sign some guys. So Evero, this is kind of what we've been alluding to throughout today's show already with the first hour of today's show. In this dynamic of things for the Carolina Panthers, where change is constantly happening, one significant constant remains, though, is that Evero, Ejiro Evero, the defensive maestro, the defensive coordinator, right? Whatever you want to call him. Now, we've got that fresh vision now, right, with Dan Morgan, Dave Canales, who made that perfectly clear that the defensive coordinator would play a pivotal role in their plans. Now, Canales, in his opening press conference, spoke with admiration about Evero's defensive schemes, emphasized the challenges that he posed to opponents, because he went against them twice in this past season. And despite a challenge, 2-15 season, Evero's defense stood strong, allowing the 4th fewest yards per game in 2023. So the respect that Canales expressed for Evero hinted that the invaluable role of the defensive coordinator would play in this team's future. Now, there's rumors, of course, surrounding Evero's potential departure were laid to rest, okay? Canales declared yes when he asked if he expected Evero back as the Panthers' defensive coordinator in 2024. But in this complex of a chessboard of coaching staff changes, right, Evero's continuity emerged as a crucial piece for the Canales, who has acknowledged the fact that the defensive coordinator is a huge piece in their plans. The thing is that the defensive coordinator's impact extended beyond the Panthers organization. Evero's defense drew attention across the league with the fact that he got head coaching opportunities knocking at his door, right? And even Green Bay, LA, Washington, and I think Seattle were actually offering him a DC job still, even though they filled their head coaching positions. So despite the interviews and interest from other teams, Canales stood firm in that expectation that Evero will remain as that cornerstone of the defensive unit of this team, right? So the connection between Canales and Evero have now forged this challenge on the field. Showcase a mutual respect that transcended coaching allegiances. Canales, who had experienced the difficulty of facing Evero's defense firsthand, right? Like I said earlier. He recognizes the fact that this strategic mind and resilience that Evero brought to the team. And Canales is now the 3rd head coach in as many seasons for the Panthers. Understood the importance of the defensive stability. Evero's decision to remain with this team has fueled more optimism to me because of what his defensive presence brings here. Again, remember, He had us finish the season 4th ranked total defense in 2023. And the Panthers aim to build on this foundation, ensuring that they could stay competitive and hold opponents at bay. We shall see how it all pans out. I'm still going to be optimistic, but I'm not. But I'm also going to be realistic at the same time. Those are reasonable to do. Yeah, I mean, it just comes down to the thing is Black Friday. I wasn't bashing your comment, so I hope you didn't take it the wrong way. It's just that when you break down this cap space, and I've broken it down multiple times, it just doesn't make sense for us to extend Burns because of how much money he wants. And no offense to Brian Burns. Do I think he's a good talent? Do I think he's a great talent? Yes. Is he an elite talent? No. He is not elite. He is not the Nick Bosa's of the world. He's not the TJ Watts of the world. He's not even Myles Garrett of the world or Max Crosby, in my opinion. Okay. Do I think he's a great talent? Absolutely. But you cannot extend a guy who is just went from 6 sacks, 9 sacks, 12 sacks, whatever it was, to 6.5 sacks. Like, yeah, you went great the first 3 seasons, but then this season you just shit the bed. Like, this was your season. If you wanted that $30 million contract, this was the season for you to ball out, and you didn't. And at the end of the day, would I want to keep Burns? Absolutely. Absolutely. I just think that, at the end of the day, it comes down to the fact that we can't afford him because due to the fact that you would have to extend Frankie Louvu this season. And then next season, you have to try to extend Derek Brown. Dom34 says, smash, like, sub. I appreciate that, Dom34. I really do appreciate that. Thank you so much. You're good. I respect your opinion. I don't mind trading Burns, but keep YGM. I think YGM definitely hell, PFF was saying through the NFC South, who were the most improved players. PFF was kind of like going through that. It was kind of interesting to see, had YGM up there. I just don't know if YGM will be here next year. I can't say that he will be Black Friday. He did improve. I like what I saw from the kid. If you can get him for a cheap 1-year deal, I'd say go for it. But I just don't know if it would happen. Missed the vids. Been sub since 2021. Blake. Oh, well. Missed the vids. Like, you missed me doing the edited videos. Is that what it is? Because I do more live streams now, Blake. I like doing the live streams better. It's just, I make a PowerPoint presentation. I hop on here. It just makes it easier for me. With my schedule, it makes it easier for me. I've been saying for years now, the Panther fans hang me for it. Burns isn't elite. Dude, JP, I totally agree with you. I never thought this guy was elite. Do I think he's good? Yes. Do I think he's great? Yes. Is he a star? Yes. But he's not elite. Elite is a different category. You want to know who's elite? Aaron Donald, okay? Chris Jones, okay? Max Crosby, all right? Nick Bosa, TJ Watt. Okay, those guys are elite. Brian Burns is not. He's just not. He's not even close. He's not even close. Canales, remember when the Bucks needed a win the most. Oh wait, Canales remembers when the Bucks needed a win the most. He could only put up 9 points to a team that has nothing to play for. I know. That just shows how good. That just shows how good Evero is as a defensive coordinator. I missed the breakdown vids. I bet the streams got to be way easier. I still break down stuff, Blake. Don't get me wrong. I still break a lot of things down in these live streams. What I did in those videos, I do it more in depth here, actually. So it's honest to God truth. Honest to God truth. So Blake's continue to tune into the live streams because I still break stuff down. I still break stuff down. Same way I did on the videos. I can just go in more in depth here. Watching from, oh wow, this is cool. From Scotland. From Scotland. I don't know if I can do a Scottish voice. I'm gonna have to work on that. I can do an Irish voice. I can do an Irish. I can do Australian. UK doesn't work out. My UK just ends up turning into like Australia. But that's cool. Someone from Scotland. I love it. Right, Clay? Burns is good, but not on their levels. He's just not. The stats don't lie. The performances don't lie. Like, you watch game film, like, I honestly, in my opinion, and some of you might think I'm crazy for saying this, I think Max Crosby is the best in the league when it comes to pass rushers. I think he's the best in the league. He might not get the sacks like TJ Watt does, but he gets the most pressures. He's the one that is the biggest disruptor in the league. And I'd rather see a guy be a disruptor than someone who just gets sacks, a sack a game, right? I'd rather see a guy who's a disruptor who causes bad performances of the quarterback. That's what a disruptor does. He doesn't get the sacks. He doesn't get the most statistical things. He doesn't get the flashiest plays, the most sexiest plays, right? But he gets the most pressure on the quarterback to cause the bad plays. So, like Derek Brown. That's why he doesn't get all the credit. He's a disruptor. He is not a guy that's going to give you the flashy plays or the biggest plays. He's the guy that helps out the other guys get the sacks and get and all that. He's the one who's putting the pressure on. Yeah, exactly. He's the most consistent. Most consistent. We should trade it with Arizona. They loaded with picks with the next few seasons. Let me look at Arizona's trade or Arizona's draft board. The problem is with Arizona, they're not going to trade Brian Burns for a fourth-round pick, their first-round pick this year. That's the issue. That's the issue. Arizona Cardinals draft numbers. Draft picks. Let's just do draft picks. 2024. Ah, crap. Okay. So they've got the 17th pick. They've got the 17. So they've got the 4 and 17. They got the 4 and 17 pick. You're not going to get the 4th pick. Tag trade Burns. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. I guarantee you. I guarantee you. I guarantee it. I cannot wait to get a new desk. I can organize everything. I'm going to have 2 screens. Then I'm going to have the Xbox over here. We're going to be able to do some Xbox content. It's going to be lit. All right, let's do a mock draft. Since we're talking about drafts, let's do a mock. Finish up the day. We'll finish up the live stream with a mock draft. Let's do it. Can't play scared. Be considered an elite NFL player wanting top money. Exactly. Bitch boy. Bitch boy. No, he's not a bitch boy. I like Burns. I like the guy. Just, he's not elite. Is he good? Sure. Is he great? You can make a case. Is he a star? Yeah. I would say he's a great talent. That's all I would say. All right. So let's get into this. So they did say the Cardinals. They don't have 17. So what do they have now? So in here, they got the 4th pick. The 27th pick. They must have made it. Oh, they made a trade with Houston. Oh, but that's because Houston went to the playoff. They went so high in the playoffs. So that makes sense now. I mean, we could trade for that 27th pick. I guarantee you the Cardinals would give us a good amount of picks for that, actually. So, like, if we're looking at this correctly, since you're bringing up the Cardinals, I'd like to see if they would. I doubt it. It would probably be like you're not going to get any more than that. Like, you give them Burns for that 4th. You could offer the trade, but I doubt they do it. Yeah, I don't think so. Now you could go 27th. Damn. Okay. No. Okay. I mean, I'm going to try to get as much out of him as I can. How much percent do I have? 54%? I'll offer this trade. All right, so you gave me a 50% chance. Now you're giving me a 72% chance. Oh, hi-oh. So look at that. Essentially, now we've got the 27th. Look at this. Brian Burns to the Cardinals. This would be insane. Here, I'm going to put myself like this. Now that would be insane. Right? For Brian Burns, the 27th pick, the 35th pick, and the 104th pick. Wouldn't that be just fucking nuts? That's a first, second. Hold on. That's okay. First, second, third, fourth. That's a 4th pick. We got a first, second, and a 4th round pick for him. That's insane. That is absolutely insane. Of course, Caleb Williams goes off the board first, though. Of course he does. Wow. I can't believe that. That's an insane trade, chat. That's an insane trade, chat. Also got some merch on the way, guys. Got some merch on the way, just so you know. So be on the lookout for that. Be on the lookout for that. We'll finish up the day with the mock draft. All right. Arizona. Yeah, I trade with Arizona, Dom. I trade with Arizona. I got that 27th pick. I got their 35th pick. And I got their 104 4th round pick. All right. I've been saying this. Well, it worked out. I don't know if this would be legitimately happening. We could 2 more picks in that trade. Yeah, but I don't think in a realistic trade world that would happen, Dom. I think what we got, the 27th, the 35th, and the 104, we did the swindling on that. If we got more picks, great. But I don't think it's realistic that would happen. And PFF in this, I'm sure it would. but I just don't think it's realistic that this would happen. You know what I mean? I just don't. I get it. I just don't think it would be realistic. Like we got to keep it somewhat realistic around here, right? You know what I mean? Excuse me. All right. So what we got available? We got Troy Franklin, Michael Penix, Byron Murphy, Quinyon Mitchell. All right, so we're probably gonna go with the obvious pick here, and that is Troy Franklin. That is the obvious pick here. It sure is. Now we're back in the second round automatically. And honestly, I'm thinking about getting an edge rusher here. And I could get Chop Robinson. I could get Jonah Ellis here. Somebody that I can fill that void in for Brian Burns. Like Chop Robinson, absolute stud. Watched him at Penn State. His brother, I call him his brother, but Adiza Isaac, another stud. But Jonah Ellis is also another stud. Now, their ranking is at 37. Jonah Ellis's is. Now, I do need to remind myself that we do need some interior here. All right. Now, I can wait till get Christian Haynes and Cooper Beebe in the later picks here. Now, here's the issue. I'm going to trade this 35th pick. We've got to be realistic here, guys. The thing is that we don't have anything between a 65th pick and a 104 pick here. We don't have anything from another 30 picks in between here. So I'm going to take this pick, all right, and I'm going to try to trade back with somebody. I'm going to keep the 33 pick. I'm going to try to trade back. Okay? I'm going to see if I can maneuver that. I like this Green Bay. I like the 88 pick there. What's the Giants got? What if you give me that and that? No. Minnesota, what do you got? No. Falcons, hell no. Vegas, 44 and 77. No? All right. Colts, 46-82. I would take this trade if you can give it. If I can get it, I'll take it. All right. That's perfect. That way now I can balance these picks out now. I can balance these picks out. Okay, so now I can balance these out with how I want to go with this. Okay, I don't know if I don't think I'll make any more trades because basically after the 5th round, it gets very slim pickings. It gets very slim pickings in these things. So we got the wide receiver help. Do we go after a tackle here? I don't think so. We're really going to be focusing on the inside guards, in my opinion. Now we can look at defensive tackles here. We do got Chris Jenkins. I was looking to see what else we got. Tight ends. Jadavion Sanders. No. It's just not the value's not there. Corner help. Okay, TJ Tampa. Maybe. Let's see. Edge rusher. 37th. I probably am going to go with edge rusher here, Jonah Ellis. So now I get my edge rusher, fill that void. So now we can work on, once I get to that 46 pick, I'm going to try to see what's available at the inside guard position. Hopefully Zach Frazier doesn't go off the board here. Would love to get him at the center position, but we shall see. If he falls, he falls. If he doesn't, well, we might be screwed. Tragic. Oh, there he goes. The Raiders took him. The Raiders took him. Okay, now, here's the interesting part. I could go with Patrick Paul. Bring him in. Gotta pick dogs now, Clay. I know. Let's see what the inside guard position looks like. So, Patrick Paul is a big-time left tackle. Now, we could go this route based off the fact that if we want to put him at left guard, I'm sure he would be fine. Or if we decide to move Icky to left guard. You can kill two birds with one stone. This guy's a man amongst boys. He's 6'7", 315 pounds. Okay, chat. 6'7", 313 or 315. Now, I could take a defensive tackle here, Brandon Dorless. Add to that defensive line help, right? Because of the value here, I'm going to go based off value, and I'm going to go with Brandon Dorless. Now, I've basically, defensively, I've gotten all the key pieces that I want to get, at least from a defensive standpoint. Now, what I'm going to do next year is, because now we've got the 65th pick, the 82nd pick, I'm going to start working on that interior. I'm really going to start working on that interior. But I'm going to try to trade back again, I think, with this 65th pick. It just all depends here where things are going to fall. Damn, I could get Jeremiah Trotter, though. That would be filthy. What's the inside guard position look like right now? Okay, so we got Christian Haynes. All right, let me see if I can pull some strings here. Who's got a later pick? Like, I need a... No. That's what I need right there. You are kidding me. How about this? How about this? We're going to make some moves here. How about this, Lions? Where is he at? Where am I looking for here? I don't want to trade him. I really don't. I don't want to trade Chin, but I might have to. Dante Jackson instead. Safety 15 million. There we go. Ooh, it's going to be close. It's going to be close. It's going to be close. Oh, did my guy go? Did my guy go? Woo! All right. So now, let's get our left guard. I mean, our right guard, sorry. I forgot Christian Haynes was the right guard. Let's get our... No, I don't need him. Cooper's at 97. I need to get Cooper. I do have the 101 pick and the 104 pick. 92nd pick. Okay. This is where we got to get that big back. Got to get a big Mr. Big Time, 6'1", 223, Trey Benson. What else we got? We got Blake Corum. Or do we go with another wide receiver here? Johnny Wilson. Big time, deep threat, 6'7", if I'm not mistaken. Yep, 6'7", 237. So I get Johnny Wilson. Then I can get Cooper Beebe at 92. Get a running back at 101. And then get my center at 104. I'm thinking here. Now you need a corner. Oh, we do need a corner. Okay, fair. Mike St. Ristel is there. I like that. I do like that. This might be, I might be cooking up one of my best drafts I've ever had, by the way. Just so y'all know. Nardo Green. Nah, he sucks in run defense. I like Mike Central. He's better in run defense. Dwight McGough, is good too. That does make sense. We do need a corner. So we'll go ahead and get him. Now, please be there. All right, we're getting Cooper Beebe. I'm not taking the chance of him falling off the board. We're getting our left guard here. Cooper Beebe has played some time at left tackle too. Boom. Now, I'm not wasting any more time here either. So now I'm going to get another wide receiver. Because we need another wide receiver. Well, let's see what the tight end position looks like. We did get a wide receiver. Might make another trade here. Might trade this 104. Go to the 107. 106. No. 105. No. 103. What up, Matt Chatter? Give me that 110 and 122. Don't be hating. I don't need these last two picks. I really don't. For what I want to do, I could get rid of these last two picks. Okay. Yeah, because, okay, hold on. We want Van Pran. We need a running back, a tight end, maybe another wide receiver. And that's it. I only need 4 more picks. Running back, tight end, wide receiver, and the center. So I only need 4 more picks. So if I trade these, that's 3 picks. And I get these 2, that's 4 picks left. Perfect. All right. Now, where do I have my next pick? Where is Cedric Van Pran falling at? He's falling at 114. Do I take the chance of him falling off the board? His ADP is at 105.1. Oh, no. We got to go with Cedric Van Pran, I think. Javon Baker. Javon Baker wouldn't be bad. And Audric Esteem's there too. All right. I'm not taking the chance of losing him. He's more important. Yep, there he is. Perfect. All right, now let's look at the tight end position. I don't know if he's going to fall there. I think I'm going to take Cade Stover. I like that. Now let's look. Ooh, Marshawn Lloyd's there. Now, could I get a who's left here? Malik Washington. Who's going to be at that 169 range at the running backs though? Okay, could get Cody Schrader. Dude, man had 1,600 yards last year, 14 touchdowns. That's ridiculous. Javarius Marks, he did okay. He's just not a big time back. Is this thing on? Yeah, Mad Chatter, I said, what's up? Yeah, gum. No 2 tight ends. I want to get a running back here. I really want to get a running back. This guy looks pretty nasty from the I mean, he looked nasty from the Senior Bowl thing I've seen lately, but I just don't know if I trust a guy from New Hampshire. Do I go running back here? And then I risk getting a wide receiver at that late round? Who would be there at the late round? Like 169 range? Nobody. Well, 153. Okay, 172. Moose would be there. They might not give me the best value pick. Take a look at Zay Davis. Chance the Fapper. I've taken a very hard look at Mr. Davis, and I like what I see. I like what I see. Running back, or wide receiver. Right? Because look, so what did we get? So first round we got Troy Franklin. Second round we got Jonah Ellis. Third round we got Brandon Dorless. Our second pick in the second round we got Brandon Dorless. That was more of a value pick. Christian Haynes, right guard. Cooper Beebe, left guard. Cedric Van Pran, center. Cade Stover, tight end. All right. Or I make a trade. I trade this pick. And I try that. And just get 2 later. Love it. Love it. Love it. No shit, Mad Chatter. You're always pissed. Always pissed. Always comes to my chat and just says I'm pissed. No shit, not you. All right, do I go wide receiver here instead then? I think I do. I think I got to go wide receiver here. Taj Washington. Let me look at my draft board. By the way, guys, I'm still editing my draft board. I've got it almost finished. Almost have it fully finished. Where do I have this guy at? He's got to be past all this. Jacob Cowing, I got him at 1. Where are we at on this range here? 125. See what do I have? Who do I have at the 125 pick, technically? Okay, so Marshawn Lloyd would be a good value based off my board. Luke McCaffrey, is he available? No, he's not. Any other wide receiver available here? Marcus Rosame Jackson. I just don't think he's better than Malik Washington or Taj Washington, though. Do I have him above those guys? Because I might need to reevaluate that. I might need to reevaluate that. This is tough, man. Javon Baker. Where do I have? Okay, hold on. Where do I have these guys at? I see. This is why I need to separate them based off position and not just a straight up thing. I'm gonna have to do that sooner or later. All right, so I'm looking at what's best value here because I don't want to make a pick and it's not the right value. Is Jeremiah Thrasher there? No. Okay, he's not. To me, the best value here is definitely Malik Washington. It's got to be Malik Washington. Yeah, it's definitely Malik Washington. Yep. I think it's definitely Malik Washington. Yeah, we're going to pick Malik Washington here. Yeah, for sure. Because the running back, I think he might fall. Actually, no. I think Braylon Allen is. Yeah, I'm going to go Braylon Allen. Never mind. Taking Braylon Allen there. All right, now wide receiver. Where? Cornelius Johnson. Fuck. What other wide receivers available? Because I don't want to pick something that's just. Oh, there's Moose. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to trade back and get an extra pick. Because I'd rather just have 2 late picks. Because now this is where it's working out where I want it, but the value has got to be there. The reason why I'm doing this is based off value. Okay? You when you're doing this too, you got to think about value and not just who's the best player available. Yes, we want dogs, all that stuff, sure. But it's also what we also need as a team too. So you got to think about team needs, and we also got to think about value needs here. Why wouldn't you accept that? You fucker. I bet you will take that. Oh, you fuck. Let's see. What about 150? I will take that. Now, I bet you Moose is still right here. Sweet. I really just need to get the one more pick. Because I don't want anything else. There's nothing that just pops out to me that I really, really want. And we could go with a linebacker here, actually. Michael Barrett would be nice. All right, let's do this. This actually will work out. Let's get Michael Barrett. We'll get the linebacker out of Michigan. Yep, we got a linebacker. All right, here we go. I doubt Mr. Ooh. I knew it. Moose went off the board. Fuck. All right. I think Dominic Lovett's going to be the guy we go with here. 5'10". It's either that. There's Jordan Whittington. Yeah, but I hate this. Now, here's a guy. Oh, yeah. That tells me a lot. Jordan Whittington runs a 4.47. Zaire Franklin runs a 4.49. Let's see what else we got here. I don't even know if we got anything decent here. Marcus, no. Looks like Jordan Wellington might be the case here. Damn, wait, what did Taj Washington run? 4.43. Okay. Could have picked him up. All right, what do we got left here? We need one more pick here. Last pick. Who are we going to go with? I mean, if we're going based off, what is Dominic Lovett's? Dominic Lovett's 440 time. All right, he runs a 4.46. So it'd either be Lovett, Whittington. Who's bigger? He's 6'1", 204. 6'1", 185. 5'10", 179. I'll go Jordan Whittington. Honestly, it worked out. I think it filled up every position group. I filled the defensive lineup. I got a corner. I got a linebacker. I got an edge rusher. I got 2 wide receivers, a tight end, a running back, an offensive guard, our left guard, right guard, and a center. I mean, overall, not a bad pick. Not a bad draft, honestly. Like, this would be the most ideal draft for me. You are able to get 2 wide receivers, so you're able to help with the skill position. You replace your edge rusher. You trade Dante Jackson because I want to get rid of him because I think $15.8 million is going to save us a lot of cap space. You replace him with another, you get him, you fill the void in that defensive front. You fill the void in the corner room. You get a fresh right guard, a fresh left guard. You get the center of your franchise for years to come. You get Kate Stover, an athletic tight end, a possession vertical threat kind of guy. You get Braylon Allen, a beast running through the middle. You get a linebacker help and Michael Barrett, who's great against run stopping. And then you get Jordan Whittington. Jordan Whittington was just the best wide receiver available on the board. And that's what I went with. I like it. I think it's a good one. Let's go ahead. Let's share it on the old Twitter. The good old Twitter. Well, guys, I appreciate everyone joining the live stream. Holy crap, there's a lot of comments. I missed some comments here. So I appreciate everyone joining the live stream. Make sure you pound the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Make sure you click that post notifications bell so you don't miss any new content. Happy Friday, everyone. And enjoy the weekend. Enjoy the weekend. And as always, y'all know what to do. Y'all know what to do. Thank you so much. Appreciate that, Marcos. Y'all know what to do. As always, keep pounding. Peace.